Hi all, I am Vinod representing Study Abroad Educational Consultant Chennai. I welcome you all to the webinar on behalf of Study Abroad Educational Consultants and Russian Culture Center. Study Abroad has been an exclusive preferred partner of Russian Culture Center, which is the culture department of Russian Consulate in South India. Study Abroad has been sending students for past 3 decades to Russian universities for various specialization and to MBBS course in large numbers. Study Abroad is also an exclusive representative of some of the world's leading Russian universities like Medical Institute of MEPhI, Moscow Medical Academy, Volgograd State Medical University, Far Eastern Federal University, Kursk State Medical University, Russian State Medical University, Moscow Aviation Institute, name a few. So far, Study Abroad has sent around 6,000 students to complete their academic pursuits in the chosen profession in Russian Federation. Every year, around 300 students are admitted through Study Abroad. Study Abroad has been a two-way gate between parents and the university in Russia in helping admission process. In the process of bringing student, parents, and the university closer, Study Abroad Education Consultant, in association with the Russian Culture of Science and Center, has been organizing various exhibitions for the past 20 years, where the university exhibits the institution to the parents. Due to this epidemic, this year, Study Abroad has been planning and organizing series of webinars where they make gateway for the parents to freely interact with the university representative, to know about the university and other facilities available to them directly from the representatives. Making all the universities available on various dates. Today we have Madam Tatiana Ulanova, Professor, National Research Nuclear University, to talk about the MBBS in Russia, and particular about Medical Institute of MEPhI. Now I'll ask Madam to introduce herself and talk about the university. Madam, you can proceed, Madam.
Yes, you will be show presentation. I will be trying to explain about basis moment education process in our university. Okay, future students, first of all, I will be trying to explain by this moment about our university, and finally part of our meeting, I with pleasure answer about all your questions, because I think there will be many questions, because now you're thinking about your future, about choosing university. But now, if we will be speak about our university, Medical Institute of MEPhI in Russia, it's localized territory in the center of the Russia, now in Obninsk, and in future will be in Moscow. No, but central office of Obninsk Medical Faculty is Moscow. But now you can see date of establish this university. It's a university with big history, with many specialization in this university, and traditionally many foreign students in this university. Next slide, you can see geography of this university. But now it's many specialization. About it I spoke, it's because it's a nuclear university. Now I think for you will be more interested in medicine specialization. What now about it I spoke, geography students in MEPhI. During each year, number of the students increase. Many students from the Africa country, from America country, and what traditionally from India. India students usually very interested in its medicine specialization. But now you can photo a real student from this university during holiday, during classes. I repeat it, now we have medical faculty only in Obninsk. Obninsk in future will be in Moscow. No, but all students who have education in Obninsk will have Moscow diploma of education, because I repeated, Obninsk Institute of Nuclear Power and Engineering, it's part of National Research Nuclear University Moscow and Engineering Physics Institute. Now they were sent in the Moscow, but office in Obninsk. Very often students ask me about the distance between Moscow and Obninsk. What now you can see, it's not very far. Nearly, it's center of the Moscow, nearly 100 kilometers. It's center of the Russian cultural life. It's about transfer between Obninsk and Moscow. We have a modern rail station. Distance between Moscow and Obninsk, if you take train, it's nearly 1 hour, 30 minutes. You can take bus, and sometimes my students spoke me, it's more comfortability, take taxi. Taxi for 4 persons will be more cheaper than ticket of the train. Distance, it's nearly 1 hour. It's for the students. Now you can see students of the medical institute was established more than 10 years ago. As the first, you can see students from Jordania. It's the first foreign students. Now, at the third course, now we have half of the students from Arabic country and half of the students from India. About duration of course, medicine course, full-time, it's 6 years. Education process will be start the 1st of November for you for the first course for Russian student, and for the second and the third course, now I inform them, start will be the 1st of September. For you, the 1st of November, I repeated. Now you can see a structure of the part of the discipline. Traditionally, the first course, the first, the second, and the third course is theory part. After that, practice part. By this department, it's anatomy department, physiology department, biochemistry, pharmacology. After that, clinical department. After that, clinical department. But now you can see structure of the clinical discipline. It's from the 4th course, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Okay. It's now you can see academic building and resident students at Obninsk campus. It's a real picture at the autumn. You have enough big territory in the forest with good climate condition, and distance between your hostel and between academic building by step, students maximum 5 minutes by step. I repeated this campus nearly from the academic building in Obninsk. It's very comfortability.
Yeah.
Usually I explain so enough get up before 30 minutes at the begin classes. After that, take breakfast and go to classes. It's 2 words about structure of the discipline. Now, I think it's clear for you. If you in future will be doctors, basic knowledge must be formulation from the first course. What now you can see students as classes, human anatomy classes. From the first course, you will have this subject, because for you, if you want in future will be doctor, very important, have knowledge about structure of your body. We have what specials, mannequin, for successfully working. You can touch it, you can work in with it, only study. Now you can see what also microscope, preparat of the now this brain. You can study structure of the organ system with using special instruments. You will be having future. It's after anatomy. Histology classes. In histology classes, you will be studying molecular structure for organs and tissue. It's histology classes what we use in microscope. Or department microbiology in virology and immunology. No, what in this moment, because situation with coronavirus infections and stability, for students very interesting what classes about microbiology and immunology classes. As the classes with your professor, we will be using with microbes. We will be together with pharmacology teacher. You will be studying drugs. It's first of all antibiotic drugs. In other words, future students, our classes will usually have two parts. The first theory part, the second it's practice part. But now, for example, you can see students as a practice part. Now it was department morphology department. Usually students working with microscope with their table. On their table, a teacher will be show structure of the tissue on monitors and will be explained for you, because if you want in future will be successfully doctorates, it means you must have excellent knowledge about structure of your body. It's the department of morphology. You will be have classes after New Year with histology classes. It's a department of internal disease. It's department from the fourth course. About it I spoke. It's the first, in the second, the third course. It's a theoretic discipline. After that, practice discipline. Practice, usually teacher try to find time for working with student in hospital with real patient. Very often students ask me about education process in our university. Students, it's only English, theory part only English, and practice part only English too. Sometimes what our patient don't speak Russian, don't speak English language, no, but teacher will be translate you. In other words, education process in hospital will be only on English language. Okay, next. Also in our university, agree with modern recommendation, international recommendation, we have laboratory simulation training. I think it's correct because usually for future doctors, more easy, first of all, training practice skills on this in special simulation training. After that, working with real patients. Repeated simulation training agree with all modern international recommendation. Students, if we will speak about history of our university have connection with nuclear medicine, nuclear diagnosis, nuclear treatment. Very often for students interested in it. No, but what now I want to speak to you, if it's not means we will have speak only nuclear medicine, no, but because basis of our university it's nucleus center, it means you have excellent condition for working with nucleus principal diagnosis and treatment.